Well, here we are in another episode of Burning Coils, and it's been one crazy week, and it's new.
Not much. I do have to say one thing though. Congratulations on winning our fantasy league.
No, thank you.
And that was a big win for you this year.
A lot of hard work, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into those lineups, you know.
Yeah, a lot of putting the lineups in 2 minutes before the league started.
Hey, go with the gut, go with the gut. For those of you that don't know, we have a fantasy football league. We use FanDuel, and so FanDuel, you choose a different lineup every week, and you have the salary cap that you got to follow, and basically you pay more for players that are producing a little bit more.
Yeah, and you know some of the people work for the same company and some don't. So you know it's a lot of bragging rights when you win that.
Oh yeah, and you know what? I'm going to take full advantage of those bragging rights because not everyone can be like me. So
I know there's a lot of people hurt because you took the top spot, and we're not going to mention names.
Yeah, no, we'll keep that secret.
But there is people selling their Dallas Cowboy Wheatie boxes and
Yeah.
selling off all their Dallas Cowboy stuff. I
Yeah,
think.
talk about taking a loss pretty hard. Yeah, but you know what? Not everything's.
Are they taking that loss because Dak got hurt?
And the question is Dak coming back? That's a different conversation.
We could go on for hours about if Dak's coming back to Dallas.
That's a different question.
Maybe that's why people are selling off their Wheatie boxes.
That could be it. But at the same time, both of us are Philadelphia Eagles fans, and we all know we have our own whirlwind of quarterback controversy.
And coach controversy now.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. I mean, and no one really knows who's staying, who's going, what's happening, but that's a different conversation. But what I do know is that I'm the fantasy king for at least another year or so. And next year when I do it again, we'll see what happens.
I don't think so. You're going to have a big target on that back.
I already did coming in. You know what?
You got a bigger one for me
There's
now.
someone in the company here that likes to tell me that I shoot my mouth off too much, but paid off now, so we're good. But on the other hand, vaping. There's been so much good stuff that's come out of vaping.
Oh, and a bunch of new stuff and good stuff coming into the company over the last week or so as well.
Yeah, of course. And I'm gonna get the ball rolling with that because I'm impulsive as could be. You know that. And so I went out.
Impulsive.
Yeah.
You mean you like to buy stuff whenever
we
go somewhere?
We don't gotta talk about it.
Like you want to buy a TV that you have no room for?
No, but
Golf clubs you don't need.
Sure you do. It's not the player, it's the club.
Keep playing in the clubs when I keep beating you every game. Okay? You bought shoes yesterday that you didn't need.
My feet gotta be worn.
And then you buy music gear all the time.
Yeah.
That you're not using because of COVID.
I'll use it eventually. So, but
At least when you're impulsive with your vape products, you use them every day.
I use them. So the other night, I was super impulsive about 15 minutes before closing. I said, you know what, I'm going to buy this guy. So this is a brand new Sigelei Fog Stick. And for those of you that don't know, this just came out. And it's relatively tiny. I'd say it's only about, 3.5 inches
Yeah, it's
long?
not much bigger than our boost.
Yeah, I mean, it's a few centimeters.
Yeah.
That's it. I like it because it's got that old style mech mod look to it. It's got an internal battery. It's got some velvet on the outside, so it's comfortable. Goes up to,
Just looks cool.
How far does this go up? 60 watts, I think?
60,
80 watts, around there. I mean, it's way more than what you need. The pod itself is magnetic, so it just pops right in. And the coils just pull out, and they pop back in. So.
And it's what you said you fill it from the bottom, right?
Yeah, so a pod comes out, and then there's a little cap that I pull up, and then I put
You
the
fill
juice
it, super easy to fill.
Yeah. And you know what? I was really surprised because, I mean, you look at this thing, it's not that big. I guess some people could say it looks a little cheesy. I like it.
I like it.
But, yeah, I mean, this is 35 watts right now. That's it. I mean, a lot of flavor. It's got a good hit to it. Decent valve for a tiny device. And then part two of me being impulsive.
Yeah, we talk about that for days. But being impulsive, you bought a new juice.
Of course, that's
or
what I was
your
getting
new
at.
mod.
So I was getting at. So don't worry, I'm not talking about any more impulsive decisions that come
Until
about.
it happens later today or tomorrow. And we can talk about it on
That's
next
a
week's
different
video.
different story. No one needs to know. But I went out, we just got this new juice called Prohibition in, and
We've been looking at that one for a while.
it's awesome. Straight up, it's awesome. Flavor's good. $22.99 a bottle through our company, which is nuts.
For $100 a bottle.
You don't find that price anywhere. So they're relatively inexpensive, and
And they
it's
have
just
some
the quality.
unique flavors
Yeah,
too.
mean, it's
Like
I mean,
root beer float, which you never see a root beer float.
peanut butter custard.
And, you know, hopefully they hit a home run with the peanut butter custard, because peanut butter is a hard juice to make.
Yeah,
to
peanut
begin
butter
with.
could be iffy, but you know what? I've had this. I mean, even here.
What one do you have?
This is the Ride and Shotgun. It's a golden cookie pudding. So it's basically like a vanilla Oreo with some pudding in it. I mean, it's good. It's good. And I'm not a big custard freak. But this is the same company as Dem Things, and they had a blueberry milkshake, and I made that like it was going out of style a week into having it. So
Yeah, you love that.
yeah, it was good. So I mean, this is stuff that even if you're worried about you're not gonna like, it's just so good. It's light. It's not heavy. And it's just good overall juice. You can't beat it. And I know we're down in hometown right now. We just got it in Thursday, Friday,
Yeah,
which
it was late.
essentially from where we are right now, it's about 4 days ago, to put it that way. So
Yeah.
we got it in here about 4 days ago, and 6 bottles sold off our shelves already.
Yeah,
So,
I want to say the salmon barley too. You know,
Yeah.
I got it in, and that same day I was selling new bottles of it.
yeah,
I mean, I think it's going to be super
it's gonna be a
popular.
good juice.
You know, they have, like we said, they have a lot of unique flavors. We didn't go through all of them, obviously, but you know, they're not your normal fruity flavors,
Yeah,
your normal
I mean-
custards, your
And I
normal
remember talking,
cereals.
when we were going through, looking at new e-liquids and new companies, how many strawberry kiwis can
How
you
many
get?
blueberries?
Blueberries,
or
blue raspberries, oh, yeah, it's,
How many cotton candies can you bring in?
exactly,
You
exactly.
know, every
So-
company's making the same, same flavors of juices, you're just calling it something totally different and using different extracts and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
And essentially, it's the same thing. Same thing, it's just
Yeah.
different label, different name. I mean, how many of them can you bring in and still keep it exciting? So these are some weird flavors. They're not for everyone, I would imagine. I mean, not everyone's gonna bake a peanut butter custard, but it might be something that you go out on a limb and say, you know what,
I'm gonna give it a
this.
shot. I'm
Yeah.
gonna give it a shot.
I mean, we're coming up on tax return season. People have a little bit more money to blow. Maybe one of those things where you say, you know what, I wouldn't usually get this, but I'm gonna give it a shot, and you may end up loving it.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, for the price, even if you don't like it, it's not like you're spending a ton of money
Yeah.
on a bottle of juice.
Yeah, 23 bucks. Can't beat it. And I mean, everyone has those backup juices too, in case they run out of what they have. And,
Yeah, I have a lot of those in my car right now.
Yep. Yeah. There's always juice around. So you
There's
can
some
never know.
juices I don't like, but if I'm in desperate need and I'm
You're in a
not
pinch?
close to a store,
Yeah.
anything like that, I'm in a pinch, I got stuff that'll hold me over until I can get into one of our stores.
Oh, of course.
And
Yeah,
get
I
me
do the
something
same
I like.
thing. And it's one of those, I'm gonna fill my tank once with this every few months.
Just to get that little different,
Yeah.
flavor too, just to cleanse your palate,
You know what? That's a good point. That's one thing we didn't talk about.
Cleansing your palate?
Cleansing your palate, going vapor blind.
Having that vapor tongue, you
Yeah.
can't taste it. I mean,
Can't
it's
taste it.
happened to me, when I vaped a lot of normal juice. I mean, I love these Smoke Boys. It's another juice line that we have in our company. I vaped so much of Pixie Dust, so much of Nine Ice, so much of Twisted, that, over years of vaping all this, I could not taste it.
And you still
I-
think it's good, because you still keep getting it. And
Yeah.
then, but once you change that juice one time and you go back to it, it's like a whole different juice.
Yeah, but I'm at the point now, I have so much vapor tongue to it, I can't taste it
At all.
3 years later. I can't
Yeah.
taste it anymore.
Just vaped way too much of it. And I get that, it happened to me.
It doesn't matter what I use to, cleanse my palate to get back to that, I still
Yeah.
can't taste it.
No, I use a lot of menthol, you know that.
Yeah.
You won't stop busting me about using menthol, I think it's great.
I like menthol.
I think,
But I like
a
it
lot of menthol though, I want the whole cough drop menthol.
Yeah, no, I want like that cooling
No,
effect
that's
of
boring.
menthol.
You're boring. So, you gotta go,
See,
go
everyone's-
big or go home.
Tyler, everyone's different.
Okay. You're right. Everyone is different. That's a key thing to vaping too. But I like, you may hate, vice versa. But I feel like for me, I've been vaping, I've been vaping the same juice for, I can't even tell you.
As long as I know that when you go to Salt, it's always naked
It's always the same thing.
Arctic air.
But yeah, I mean, which now switched to their mint, but that's really what it is. But realistically, I think that menthol is, even though I don't taste a lot of the mint anymore, because I vaped it so much, that menthol I still taste. So it doesn't, because
get
it wasn't
that
a strong
cooling
flavor to
effect.
be exactly. That's what it is. It's like Listerine for the throat, and it's great. I mean, and it doesn't leave your mouth burning afterwards. 'Cause
No,
Listerine
but there's a
does
lot
that
of
to your
times
mouth.
when I can just smell you if I'm not around you because I know what juice you're vaping. And I just smell mint. And
You
I'm
notice
like,
why?
oh look, it's Tyler.
Yeah. gonna blow some clouds that way, so I remind them
Oh, great.
what mint vape juice smells like. But no, that's the thing, and I mean, I have a lot of customers like that too. They come in, they buy the same thing every time. They come in, it's like clockwork. Up.
And you already know what they're buying when they walk in.
I see their car pull up, and I'm at the register. And I mean, every now and then now, granted, I still show them what's new, still show them what's out there. Every now and then I get them on something else, but they always find their way back to or reliable. I think everyone's like that.
I definitely think so too. I mean, you know, getting back on the vapor tongue, you know, when you're starting not to taste that juice that you really like, you know, change it up. Try something that's totally out of your realm.
Yep.
You know, if you like a ton of fruits and like mixed berries, stuff like that, try a custard. You know, try a menthol, something like that, just to cleanse your palate.
Yeah.
And then, you know, vape through the bottle or, you know, most of the bottle of that, and then go back to it.
Now, I also found that vapor's tongue. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. It may be different for you because you are changing flavors. You're doing more fruity stuff than I do. But I feel like it's more prominent in juices that aren't salt.
Yeah, I haven't got vapor's tongue vaping salts. And I mean, I vape juice head all the time, you know that.
Yeah.
I mean, but I cycle.
I think it's just a matter of power difference.
I don't know. I'm not stuck on one juice. Like I'll go through their whole line and then start back. So like every time I'm buying a bottle, I'm going through another bottle of what they carry. So is that helping like cleanse your palate? I don't know. We're not, like you said, you know, every episode we're not scientists.
Yeah.
We don't know.
I have no idea.
But you know, I think that's what helps me a lot.
That makes sense.
Because you're not vaping, you know, the same thing every single time.
Oh yeah, of course. But yeah, I have some customers that they do the same juice over and over and over and over and over for years and never phases them. So I guess it depends on the person too, if you get vapor's tongue or not. I mean, I don't know.
I know a lot of people that got vapor's tongue, but you know, it's cleared within one bottle or two bottles
Yeah,
of
you
juice.
just reset it. It's almost like, I don't know, I watch a lot of, I watch a lot of Hell's Kitchen.
Oh my God.
The greatest show that has ever been, whatever. So,
Just like
Gordon
the greatest
Ramsay.
team, in my opinion.
the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Or you know, the Americans team, I think that show's junk, just like the Dallas Cowboys.
And the Steelers are right behind them.
Yeah, I can't really say that.
Stairway to 7!
I can't say that.
Stairway to 7!
I have other
That
people.
stairway fell down pretty quick, but.
To the Browns?
Yeah. They're just the same old Browns, so don't worry.
I can't say stuff about them, or I won't be here next week during the video.
Yeah, your wife will kill you. That should be a prerequisite for dating and marriage. Don't
Yeah.
like stupid football teams.
Well, I screwed myself on that one. I knew that before I got married, so.
But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean it's. But I don't know. I think that pretty much sums up this week's episode of Burning Coils.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a lot of new stuff. If you live in the area, stop in because
If you live in the area of any of our stores,
Yeah.
stop on in because you know everyone's gonna be carrying all the having new devices, new juice.
and it's good stuff.
So,
I mean,
you know,
this is just one. It's just one of the multiple devices that are new.
that are new that we brought in. We talked about one last week with the new
Yeah.
Soren.
The new Soren, and
Yeah.
Soren's awesome. This is very similar to the Soren. It's just a different company, different setup.
Yeah.
So
And we've talked, you know, about multiple new devices as well coming into the company. We're just taking our time because we don't want to, you know,
I
overbear.
don't wanna flood you guys with new stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of new stuff coming, new truce lines, everything like that.
We have our eyes out.
Prohibition.
We have our eyes out on a bunch of new stuff, a bunch of goodies for you guys in the vaping industry to come out and get, you know, and be one of the first people to have it.
Yeah, oh, of course.
You know, new tanks, new devices.
New tanks, that's a big one. Maybe that's next week's conversation.
Ooh,
Because
yeah.
these new tanks look like
They
they're
look
pretty
a
good.
little sexy.
And you know why I like them? Because the glass is indented like a golf ball.
Oh God, I can't wait to hear that.
So, as always, guys, leave some comments, questions, whatever. If you have anything to add, just
Throw a comment.
throw it down. We'll look at it, and we will see you next time on Burning Coils.
Thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video.